So are you putting us all back in the room because I left Talespire
Yes,
and
we
I
are
was
all
waiting
here.
on? Okay.
You don't have to be here if you don't want to, but I can move you around. Doesn't really matter. Agatha's currently poking with a stick at this femur bone inside the fire. And as you guys begin to kind of approach her, she looks up, raised eyebrows. Yeah? You guys see this? There's like totally a human arm in here.
That's pretty
Well-
disgusting, Agatha.
I guess I'm ready to go forward.
I think it's kind of neat.
Why are you poking it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about the human body. I don't know. I'm just checking it out.
Emus, did you want to talk to Agatha here?
I'm gonna kind of glance for my watch, a little confused. Well, I just, oh, fuck, what would I say?
Say something really clever.
Yeah, right. I roll for performance. I glance around. I'm like, or actually, you know what? I know exactly what I'd say. I glance around to Boogie. Why'd you let her go forward?
She took out 2 out of the 4 guys for us.
I'm gonna turn from my post, take a few steps back so I don't have to talk so loudly. Okay, that's not the point. Agatha, do you realize what happens when in these situations? Like, you do realize we are trying to negotiate peaceful relations with naturally hostile creatures.
She laughs to herself and looks around where there's still a little bit of blood on the rocks. Seems like that's going well. Real peaceful.
I'm going to kind of shake my head and go, Emus, you were the one that wanted to take him out to begin with. What are you talking about?
Right, because there's no way to approach the main city to get a good conversation without getting through this guard, and I was not. I did not. My initial thought was to take him out, but changed. Well, we changed the plan to have Boogie approach him and try to communicate. We said, "Well, that went."
Okay, so what are you getting at?
I'm getting at. I don't. I'm a bit disappointed that you put Agatha in such great danger when she's not had the training or to work as a team.
I'm going to turn around and look at Agatha, and I'm going to say, Agatha, you're not much younger than I am. And I feel like everybody's standing around talking about you like you're not even here. Can you give us some insight? What kind of training have you had? And how grown do you think that you are?
And she kind of, you watch as the flame flickers in her eyes, and she's kind of staring into the fire.
I look a little frustrated.
Yeah, I guess I haven't, been completely open with you guys, huh?
Not really. We've never asked, though, Agatha.
What do you want to know?
What kind of training have you had?
I used to. You remember my brother Harold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and I would occasionally spar when he was younger and practicing. We kind of got sent through the orphanage system together, and he made sure to keep an eye on me. But before mom and dad died, she was pretty skilled. She kind of always told me that I was gifted and blessed, but that she said I had a hard time with my emotions and explained to me that magic was kind of, at least the magic I use, is fueled by emotion. But that's why she reaches down and pulls out, like, not pulls out a sweet roll, but lifts up the bag that athlete rolls. That's why she gave me this. It helps keep my emotions in check, mutes them. But she she showed me some stuff before. I mean, she herself was a gifted mage that was hired and fought in the war. And she
I
looks
look
kind of sad into the fire.
I look down sadly as I look back up to her and I say, I don't want to drag up any hard memories for you, but was that years of training with your mother? Weeks?
Well,
Months?
my first cantrip was before I could even talk.
Wow. And I look over at Emus harshly.
Nothing too serious though. But when I was in the, Harold and I were in the system, and when people get wind of that kind of power at such a young age, she kind of grabs her shoulder, almost like grabbing where there used to be maybe some kind of like wound or something.
Her own shoulder?
Yeah, she says they try to take advantage of it.
Who tried to take advantage of it?
She shakes her head and stares in the fire. She goes, I don't really want to talk about it, if I'm honest.
Sounds fine with me.
Let me ask you this, Agatha. How do you feel about one of us telling you you can or cannot do something?
Like what?
Like, say, for instance, this situation where you wanted to come up here. What if I would have looked at you and been like, no, you stay where you're at? How would you feel about that?
Just kind of laughs, like a scoff thing, looking in the fire, crosses their arms. I wouldn't
Do
want
you
to, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation. If you guys were just doing it, if I felt like you were just doing it because you think I'm a kid, then no. But I don't know. It just depends.
So do you know much about team playing?
Harold taught me a little.
So you know that when you're working with a group, that it's for the betterment of the whole group, right? Not just your emotion
Look, did I
that
do
you
something? I thought I did a pretty good job.
I think you did an amazing job, and hands down to you, girl. You did amazing.
So what's the problem? Why I don't understand. Is this really the best place to be doing this?
I just look over at Emus.
What the heck is going on here? Like, why is
Yeah.
she freaking debating? This is messed up.
Yeah, Emus is going to kind of look kind of confused, kind of shrug her shoulders. I just, I would see. Okay. Player talk. I'm in a really bad spot to replay this because I really don't have Emus the context for what's going on right.
What you said, Emus doesn't have context for what's going on?
Yeah.
We just had a whole conversation about what was
Out of
going to happen. That's
character.
why we got
Yeah.
backed it into here so that we could discuss it with her. And
All
you've
right.
been
So
silent.
okay. So I'm gonna kind of shake my head. I still think it's wrong that you all seem so flippant and flippant about her safety and her well-being and allow her to run off to the front when she hasn't had the same sort of training that we've had.
One, she didn't run off on her like by herself to the front. She was with you, and she was with Boogie. She was not by herself. She was not the front runner when we came in here searching.
And what if her invisibility's failed, huh? What if she stumbled on a rock? What if she thought she was doing the right thing by plunging a dagger into one of them backs before we were ready.
Look, when Mom was alive, I was able to. And she kind of zones out. When Mom was around, I was good at controlling my emotions. Okay, if I can get them in check again.
I'm gonna kind of look harshly around at the party, and I just feel like we're giving her too much at once. I feel like we need more time to to really figure out where she's at and what she's capable of. And I'm going to turn to Agatha. My expression's going to soften a little bit. I'm not trying to control you. I'm not saying that we need to tell you what to do or anything. You're with us willingly. We're not holding you hostage. But I would feel better knowing the limits of your abilities, and I would also feel better knowing that you had some training under your belt first. I don't mind you coming. I don't have a problem with her coming along. Looking back at the party again, more hardened look, but maybe stick to the back and learn some of the basics first.
Looks at
Give
you
him a
and you
day.
see determination in her eye. Roll a persuasion roll.
Okay. Persuasion. 14 plus 2. 16.
You hear her knuckles crack. She says, I'm going to lay off these sweet rolls and I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove to you what I can do.
Turning back to Agatha, Amos is going to say, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be commanding. I'm trying to be protective. And I'm trying to make sure that we don't take the freshest adventurer in our group and toss them into the deep with all the dragons. That's all I'm trying to do.
You watch as she takes the leather satchel strap off of her shoulder and takes it in her hands, rubbing the leather and staring into it as if having fond memories. She holds it tight to her and hugs it.
You don't need to get rid of it. We can put it in a bag. It's got sentimental value.
And she's looking into the fire.
Agatha, don't get rid of your satchel. I have faith in you.
And
I
I'll have
just
to
needed
learn.
you.
If I get rid of it, I'll have to learn how to cope with my emotions. I won't have these.
But why do you have to get rid of it permanently? Why not get rid of it so you're not holding it readily accessible, but you still have it?
She
I
reaches
agree.
out to Calamasy and holds it. Okay. But, and you see tears kind of form in her eyes. If I get out of control, you have to stop me.
Deal.
But I
What
need to.
what can
Huh?
what phrase can Cal use that'll bring you back off the brink?
She's going to walk over to Calamasy. She's going to whisper in your ear.
She's gonna whisper in your ear, bro.
Sorry.
It's just funny.
Just burp into your ear real quick.
Having a real tear-jerking moment just ruins it.
I'm gassy. Just burps, no farts.
Ah, shitted and farted.
And then she turns back to the group. Coughing and clearing her throat.
kind of looking around at everyone. Remember, I was the first one to give her a sword in good faith. I believe in her as well. But just because I believe in her doesn't mean I want her. I'm going to throw her out in front of me and let her deal with everything for me. I'm going to turn back and go back to my watch at the corner.
As he walks away, I'm going to say under my breath, nobody is.
What was that?
Agatha turns to Bezoit. Hey, Bezoit.
Hey, Agatha.
Do you know any magic that maybe could purge my stomach?
Purge your stomach
She nods.
of sweet rolls?
She nods again.
I don't know of any magic, but I know if you stick your finger down your throat, you can throw up. Do you think that's a
She sticks her
wise idea?
finger in her throat, and you see it go down her throat quite a bit. She doesn't gag. She shrugs. No gag reflex.
I don't know. I would imagine that your stomach can't hold sweets for that long, so I think you'll be fine.
Well, then I think next fight I'm going to try to show Emus something. Show him I can handle myself.
Agatha, you do know that we all have your back, right?
She nods. Yep.
Okay,
I just want you to know that I've got yours too.
we know.
She's gonna walk over here.
She gonna get
Yeah.
sassy with Emus now?
Do you guys feel a little better?
No, I feel like everyone's still missing my viewpoint.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
could
not
have said it.
everyone.
Boogie. Yeah, I had your chance. Now shut it.
I
Crack
mean,
me up.
honestly, am I just not communicating clearly? Like,
I just don't agree with your assessment. I think she learns on the fly very quickly, and since we're not having her lead the way, which was your biggest hang up, is you didn't want her to lead the way, like we were never doing that. So in my eyes, we're not going against what you feel is wrong here.
okay, all right.
So, Bezoit,
What?
come here.
Hey.
So
Stop.
you're like half dragon or something, right?
Yes, I'm Dragonborn.
And doesn't that mean you can like you can breathe like a dragon? You can spray fire and stuff?
I have an ability. Yes.
What does that feel like? Does it feel like it's more coming from your chest or is it your throat?
It feels more guttural, like it's coming from my gut.
I see.
Can you breathe fire?
She laughs. Don't be stupid.
What would
Gotta
you
come
ask
over
me
here.
that for?
Because I got an idea. I've never tried it before.
Well, don't you think you should fill me in?
I kind of want to surprise you.
Yeah.
She holds up a hand, like blocking her finger, and then points at Emus, like she's trying to go for a shock and awe factor with Emus.
Oh no, Eva, she ticked off Agatha.
No, I don't think I ticked her off. I think I know what's happening, and I already know to it.
And you know what?
I already know how Emus is going to respond to it.
What do you think's gonna happen?
So, well, I mean, I'm kind of like saying that in character. I'm like, what do we need to do here?
Explore this cave.
I mean, say the leader were in the next room. Should we just kill everyone? What's going on?
No, I'm going to shake my head. I think we should get up closer and see if I hear wargs ahead, and I'm worried they might pick up our scent and send up an alert of some side or make some sort of commotion that'll attract our attention. I'd like to move up a little bit farther and try to determine where this cave enters up to into their little hideout or stronghold up here, and see if it's useful for either sneaking in or I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit more before we leave, but I'm going to kind of turn back to the group at this point. I do think that we shouldn't try to approach to talk to them down here. I think we should do that on the surface.
This is after we just killed 4 of them? Why didn't you just explore with your etherealness?
I mean, I was initially opposed to coming down here at all, so.
But didn't you come down here by yourself?
No, I did not come down here by myself.
What did you do when the rest of us were bathing?
I walked up to the entrance of the cave, saw the collapse, and said, that's interesting, and I should let the rest of the party know, and turn around and let you guys know.
Okay, so your distinction is the collapse there.
Yes.
Okay, so
I
what
thought
should
that
we
our
do?
whole point was to see if we can't make contact with them so that if we can't find out what their goal is versus what the town's goal is.
That was my original intention coming down here, but after the little scuffle with the guard, and knowing how uptight they're going to be if we just suddenly show up in the middle of their encampment, Emus is definitely recommending that we maybe try a little bit more scouting, but then make a meeting happen on the surface. That's just my recommendation. I'm not in charge.
You guys know what wargs are, right?
I do.
No.
They're like a freaking kind of like a pit bull that's the size of a
On
small
crack.
horse.
Yeah.
So
Goblins
it's
ride them as
they're
mounts.
these ferocious. Yeah, they do ride them as mounts. They're like
I'll
these
post-
tameable things used by large monstrosities.
I'm going to post a screenshot of a goblin riding one right now. Oh,
I
you
just
beat
did
me
too.
to it. Never mind. It's the same exact picture too.
Agatha speaks up. What are we doing? What's up? Emus, hey man. I'm good, dude. Don't worry too much about me, okay? If I promise you the first time that things get bad, I think I can't handle it, I'm out. Okay? You gotta
I'm gonna
extend
give
me
her
an olive branch, man.
I'm gonna give her a concerned look. Even so, do you? We don't know your limits. Do you? I mean, do you even understand your own?
That's a hard question to answer,
Hey,
honestly.
So out of character, I'm confused how we're getting this shift. Like at this point, my goal is just kind of. I was thinking they were just gonna get out of here and just negotiate with them later. Even though we killed 4 of their scouts, their lookouts.
Actually, I just had a thought. For you, Boogie. What if you proceeded ahead to make contact, and if they have questions about the guards, you can kind of shrug and say, "You don't know. They were gone when you showed up." I mean, they're not intelligent creatures, right?
They're showing more intelligence than what's usually known of goblins, from my understanding.
I mean, I'm not the most persuasive guy. I don't think that would go too well.
Ooh.
But even
what
if
about
I
Calamithy?
even if I was, what would I say
What
next?
if do you have your hat? Or was that what was given to Nico?
Nico has it. Oh, that would have been such a
my hat.
good idea. Damn.
I've got my hat.
No,
Okay.
not the hat of disguise. Nico has it.
Yeah,
Well, there
I
was
have my
2
own.
hats. Yeah.
The one I bought is with me, and the one that Thorin bought is with Nico.
Oh, I didn't realize we had 2 of them. Okay.
Because I have a +10 persuasion.
Do it, do it, do it.
This is
That's a fucking great idea. I love it.
it.
So I could be a lady bugbear.
It takes.
But I thought that you didn't lie.
Oh,
Cal.
crap.
It takes attunement.
No, I don't lie. And it does take attunement.
Okay.
Never mind. You need
So,
that.
What do you mean you don't lie?
She's
I don't like lying.
okay. So.
Okay. Well, I don't have a problem with lying.
Do you want to attune to this thing and try to solo it or something?
I've got a. What is my persuasion? I've only got a plus. Does anyone else have a +2 that doesn't mind lying?
In persuasion?
Yeah.
I do.
Agatha, I got no problem lying.
Agatha, what do you got, Bezoit?
+2.
Well, do you want to Rochambeau it and see who gets to wear the hat and go with Boogie to try to convince them that
I can't speak goblin.
Agatha has a +4.
Can
Yeah, that's
Agatha
our
speak
problem.
goblin?
Speaking goblin calamity? Why do you have to have this hang up?
That's a very good question. I mean, I could try. How do you go about unattuning to something though? Because
Oh,
I
I
wouldn't
don't have
want
to
to
worry
stay
about that.
attuned.
You just have to attune to it.
Well, Agatha, can you
Us.
speak goblin?
Yeah.
You know
Can?
what?
She
I'm gonna
seems like
turn.
she's lying.
I'm gonna turn to Calamity and raise an eyebrow like speak goblin to her.
Well, she seemed like she was lying, but
Turns to you and confidently says, "Ula imulu edabaka iya."
Agatha says that to
Absolute
Cal.
gibberish.
Yeah.
was that just kind
Yeah,
of like we do Chinese or whatever?
complete gibberish. She's not saying anything.
Yeah.
Wait, I have another idea. What if the person wearing the hat, if they can't speak goblin, the hat changes their appearance? DM gasped.
No, I didn't.
Freaking
Yeah, you
for
did.
real, guy. Keep talking. Jeez.
I was gonna say, if it changes your appearance, maybe we can have her wear it, but change her appearance so that she doesn't have a tongue and can't speak, and she's a mute.
What is going on
Or
right
deaf,
now?
or
That's our
deaf
plan?
even. Or she could pretend to be deaf.
I just remembered one of the spells Mom taught me.
What is it?
I can comprehend languages. I wouldn't be able to speak it, but I could understand what they were saying.
So that's perfect. You can pretend to be mute and look like Boogie's companion.
But how is she going to persuade them? That's the whole thing. If she can't speak, how's she persuading them?
How does someone who can't speak communicate?
Agatha.
Same way. Body emotions, just
So-
acting it out, pantomiming,
So
It'll
we're
work.
just
I
going
think it's a
to
good
Basically,
idea.
give Buggy or Boogie like advantage on persuasion rolls. Is that?
So we're just going to assume that they would go along with one of their sentries being a mute?
No, not what the sentries are dead. No, you're gonna try to if it's come up in conversation, the sentries just simply weren't there, right?
Oh, you were thinking
Yeah.
one of us turns into like a goblin sentry that was here and pretends to like bring
Oh,
you to the next chamber?
escorting Boogie in. That's brilliant. Yeah, let's do that one.
Because that's more believable. Ish.
This is
To have
so
Agatha
ridiculous.
look like one of the guards, but they know the guards
She can't be
can
mute,
speak.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm the option.
Yep.
We're just gonna have to hope.
How
that
long
I
does it
can-
take you to attune to it?
An hour.
Do you think they would mind her wearing the hat?
Why would we mind?
No, do you think they would mind that suddenly the sentry had a fancy hat?
They don't see the hat. It changes your whole appearance.
What, is that accurate? You don't even see the hat?
I thought the appearance could be like however, and if they were wearing like a red cap or something, just make it look like that.
So you can make it look like a different type of clothing on your head, but it would still be something on your head. You could make it look like a helmet, or I guess you could actually make it look like hair, I suppose. Let me read it to check the spell. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends. Yeah, I would say yeah, you could turn it into hair. But the thing is, like, if it's like a tall, upon visual inspection, like if you had a tall hat on and they ran their head over your head where there's nothing, they would still hit the hat.
Right.
Because you can make yourself so you have to maintain the same arrangement of limbs, and you can't change size. So yeah, it says right here, for example, if you use the spell to add a hat to your outfit, objects pass through it, and anyone who touches it would feel nothing or would feel your head or hair. So yeah, vice versa.
That
Like
would
you make yourself
technically
look thinner
shrink
and
me.
stuff, but yeah, you can change yourself to anything within the medium. So you can go to the very bottom of medium or the top of medium, but you couldn't make yourself a small creature.
So you can look like a really muscular goblin.
So actually Agatha would work out better in that manner.
Yeah.
But she can't talk.
You can understand.
I
but
agree.
she
That is
can't.
the problem.
She can't be one of the guards though and approach them and be like,
Yeah, my
That's
vote is
gonna
still
look-
for Calamacy to do it. What if? Yeah, I don't know. My vote's for Calamacy.
But I mean, say that she's able to convince them that she's a sentry. What's the goal after that?
So yeah, it would burn the top end of her magic, but she also is capable of casting a spell called Tongues. That lasts
Who,
for one.
Agatha?
Yeah, it lasts for 1 hour.
Somehow I feel like the DM really wants Agatha to go in.
No, she has two third level spell slots, and one of them that she can cast is Tongues, but she would need some time to. She doesn't have that prepared.
Well, she would need to attune with the hat anyway. Can she cast tongues on someone else?
Ooh, that's a good call.
But
Yes,
I mean,
yes, she can.
Oh, problem
she's
solved.
Also...
There we go.
Okay.
So, one of us attunes with the hat while she prepares that spell, and then one of us goes in. So,
Well-
Calamacy, me, or Bezoit?
What's our goal going in there though, guys? Like
Whoever's
Boogie
pretending
said.
to be the guard is going to walk in saying, "Hey, we found this guy. He wants to trade," or talk about setting up a trade route between another goblin. I don't know, just something about. Okay, let's figure this out. So, my initial thoughts are: we bring the undercover guard walks in with Boogie, escorting him, and saying, "Hey, he wants to talk to the leader around here about opening up trade routes to help with bringing in like weapons and gold and food and supplies."
Ooh. Sorry. She can also cast enlarge and reduce. So if someone else, like if Calamacy put on the thing and changed how she looked, then it would only last a minute though. But she could make her for a minute look like a small goblin. What's that?
Here's my thoughts and fears about this. First of all, any Centurion that would be out there would know the people's names within the labyrinth or whatever that says that they're in.
True.
We don't know any of them.
Correct.
The cheapest entry,
You're cutting out really bad, like you're walking far
the
away from
different
your computer.
plan. Sorry, I had to get some toilet paper. I think we need to come up with another plan.
Oh, what do you got?
At this point, it feels like we're just going towards a slaughterfest of a goblin den. If I'm being honest.
Like, there's no
Agreed.
way to foolproof this, right? That's the why we're taking a
Yeah.
chance. We're gambling that this works. Absolutely. There's no. I mean, unless someone can come up with a full plan to get in and start a conversation of some sort, I'm all ears.
So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is our end goal, though, by going in there? What are we wanting to accomplish?
To start conversations about an alleged trade route that could be very profitable and beneficial to the goblins here, and then only revealing at the end when they seem very, if we can convince them and get them very eager for the idea of it, to reveal that it has to do with them patrolling the roads in the area and establishing a trade route with the town where they'll be able to have access to goods from around the entire region.
What would they be able to trade that would benefit the town for the town to accept that, though?
Goblins produce something. They've got to have something. They're producing the security for the region. It's a service they're providing.
that's true.
That's plausible.
But,
But
that that idea really doesn't need me. I would just be a backup security at that point.
No, you're the one that's going to initiate the negotiation, right? You're going to be escorted in by one of the alleged guards that was out here watching to add authenticity to, yeah, he passed. You're allowing him. He wants to go speak to the leader, whatever. And then you're having that negotiation.
I see. I agree with that.
The person disguised as a guard is just get you in through the door. And after that, it's all up to you, buddy.
So
So now who's our guard?
what if one of the 15 people in the next room happens to notice who I am?
Well, that could lead to a very interesting day. Now,
Yep.
Wouldn't that also be in our benefit to learn more about your background?
yeah, remember, when we started all this, we're not trying to do this 100%. We're giving it a shot. Our fallback is we become murder hobos and kill everyone. We're trying this to see what happens.
So, my thought was that I would go in here, and if they rejected me, then we would subdue them.
If you go in there and they reject you, it's over. We're literally banking on you getting before someone to talk. And if you don't even want to be the person to have the negotiations, you can at least convince them to, hey, there are people that want to have this conversation with you to potentially bring wealth and power to your clan. And be willing to come talk to these people, and then maybe that's when the party can get introduced, kind of like we did with the village, right? At any point, if the goblins just go no and start attacking us, it's fucking over. Like we start slaughtering them until either we die or we kill enough of them for to subdue them. We're taking a chance. It's a moonshot. I said from the very beginning when I first had this idea, this is just a D&D trope that I've always wanted to try, and it's an absolute moonshot, and I want to see if we can do it. That's it.
I mean, that doesn't mean freaking don't put your best foot forward. Jeez.
Well, okay. So what are your current concerns, and do you have any better ideas?
So, um, the unfortunately, we're kind of quasi out of character now.
No, the yeah, you guys are sitting here kind of discussing the fires burning down to embers. The fires now, the flames are gone.
Yeah, the thing about I guess I'm up there.
I figured y'all were talking.
Yeah, so I didn't want to be right up on that corner. Like,
Andrew, it doesn't matter. You get distracted.
okay,
I want to be able to figure this out.
cool. So, oh, I was hoping to use my status to possibly intimidate, or else get them to be more open to it.
Recognize his authority.
Okay, that still requires you walking in there. So that doesn't change the plan at all, really.
Well, no, it changes it kind of a lot. Like it changes completely how I go in there.
You're going to go in there and use your status to talk to them and say, hey, by the way, I have this great opportunity for you. Like, I don't, that doesn't change that at all, really. It just, you have an advantage because of your alleged status, right?
You know how conversations work? Like, it's more than skin deep. You actually have to engage in the conversation. Like, I can't just say, hey, trade route, or hey, I'm me, and they're equally good.
Right. And that's where we're going to rely on you to talk your way through it.
I would be more confident convincing people that I'm me
You
than
hear a faint female scream from the distance, and then cut off really quick.
Emus is going to shrug. All right, well, I've given my ideas. Figure it out. I'm just going to go keep watch. I'm going to come back to the corner and keep watch.
Agatha comes up next to you real quiet, like, so, like, when you're keeping watch, what are you looking for?
I will whisper her some things while the party continues their discussion.
Okay.
let's just subdue them and get them to surrender.
So you want to go in there balls blazing and beat them up?
I don't have any confidence that we can convince them anything else.
I don't know if I agree with that, Boogie. I mean, if you are who you are, then why would we not be able to convince him of anything else? What was the whole point of even trying to attempt a negotiation with them if you don't think that we would be able to reason with them?
Okay. Should I just walk up there and declare that I'm the leader?
No! Oh, sorry.
No, this is from what I'm understanding. First of all, from our knowledge that we know, you are somebody, okay? They seem to want to protect you for whatever reason, right? So you have some sort of status. We're not sure what it is. Correct?
Sure.
So if we have one of our party impersonate one of the guards and say, "Hey, this guard came up or this guy came up and says that he has a possible business deal for you."
We don't have time for that. We just heard a shout. Let's go.
I don't understand what our whole last 3 days have been about negotiating then with the town. Why because the whole town is like, just go in and kill them, and we're like, no, we could do this peaceably. Now we're just going to go in there and kill them all.
You guys see coming down the hall, hundreds of yards, like probably I'll math it out here in a second. I'm getting water. You see a single scout patrol goblin riding a warg, doing a routine patrol, making his way towards the guard location.
I'm going to. So Agatha and I see that.
Yeah, and it is. Let's see. Well, actually, how far is your dark vision?
60 foot.
You'd still see the. It'd be hard to make out the details, but you'd still see the figure coming.
Is it just a lone figure?
Yeah, rather large one.
Okay, I'm gonna notch a teleportation arrow. Where is it? So I could look at the stats. Arrow switching. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna notch an arrow switching. And a whisper to Agatha. Go grab Calamity and Boogie. I'm gonna. If they get too close, I'm gonna try to teleport them here, and you guys gotta grab them.
He turns and says, "Hey guys, it's go time. We're gonna kill this thing."
No, we're not.
Yeah, he said we're gonna pop him. He's something about the teleportation arrow. He's gonna bring him here somehow. All right, and you guys are just gonna sit and wait.
I am giving Emus just enough space to be able to move around. I'm getting ready to tackle a swapped person.
What's a swapped person?
So my arrows of teleportation that I got from Tammy
Oh,
a long time ago.
gotcha.
Remember? Yep. I shoot
Yep,
someone
I
and then
understand.
swap. Yep. My sick arrows that I actually haven't had a chance to use tactically until now.
Of a warg rider lazily trotting his way down this way.
So it's a warg plus a rider.
As he gets closer, it appears the rider has a spear and a short sword at his side.
All right. So I have 4 arrows of switching.
Make a
I
stealth
take-
check for me.
Okay. Are we still under the influence of Calamity's cloak?
No. Well, how long does that last? An hour?
An hour.
Then yes.
Okay. I rolled a 15. 15 plus 8, 28 plus 10, 38. That's a lot. It's a big number.
Jeez.
I want you to know that he rolled a 24, just so
Oh,
you know.
God damn.
So that spell saved you, I think.
So I'm going to, as I see the watchman approach, I'm going to whisper to the group, get ready for 2. And then I'm going to draw and aim my first shot.
All
Wait,
right.
that wouldn't work.
Why's that?
I'm not going to tell you, but I'm also not going to do it.
So the warg is large and the goblin is small.
I'm gonna kind of whisper back to the group. Which one do you want, the warg or the goblin? I'm gonna kind of glance at Boogie. That leaves me with the warg. You understand that, right?
Write it over here.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna kind of
I
shake my
prepare
head.
myself.
Yeah, everyone should probably ready up to grapple or attack or do something.
Ready.
Agatha has the sword in her left hand and the wand in her right.
Real quick before I go, can I have that dart back I gave you, Calamity?
Yep, here you go.
Thank you. Might need it to get back hastily. Okay, I'm gonna line up my shot and.
By the way, you see. Oh, hold on, Agatha. Agatha needs to know real quick. So, wait, so are we killing him or what are we doing? You see the
Capture.
flickers of flames beginning to form at the tip of the wand, like she's prepping a flame spell.
I think maybe we should try to capture the goblin for information. I'll dispatch the warg.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Dice, don't fail me now. This would be the worst time for it. All right, I'm gonna aim center mass of that goblin with my arrow of switching. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna kind of calmly and warmly in my heart say, "Mikhail, this one's for you," and I'm gonna let loose. 13 plus 11, 24 to hit.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Okay. It flies through the air, smacking right on top, or smacking him right in the chest, and instantly you feel force through, and you find yourself on top of a large, monstrous warg.
The instant that he lets the arrow fly, I'm going to kind of assume that he hit the right target and start to tackle.
Okay, so
Can I
he
ask a question?
travels. What?
What is the size difference between the bugbears and the goblins?
Quite
2.
substantial.
Okay.
They're large, they're small, we're normal.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
So a
bugbears are
bugbear can.
nearly large. They're still in the medium, but they're nearly large.
Okay.
So a bugbear weighs between 250 and 350 pounds, and a goblin weighs between 40 and 50, 60, somewhere around there, like 70 at most.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a pretty
you.
big difference.
Thank you.
So make an athletics check for me.
Boogie?
Yeah, I'm doing it. 19.
Okay, so it is shoot. He teleports. This goblin lands wide eye, goes to say something before he can even get a breath out. You tackle him. You hear as he falls to the ground, tackled by you.
Fucking
Okay, I kind of
fantastic.
gesture to him to be quiet.
And he's looking you up
Just-
and down, and he's saying, "What doing? What doing?" And okay, let's roll initiative. Unless anyone's using their ready to action now to do anything else. Are you making a shot at the war, Clamsy?
No, I wouldn't have had my arrows out. I would
Oh,
have my
darn.
sword.
I would have appreciated it if you did.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Okay. I just want to cover his mouth. Then.
I got a 6.
Plus 4. Good.
Oh, initiative.
Emus got 22.
Yes.
Boogie 10.
What does we get?
6.
What did Calamus get?
13.
Okay. So first up is Emus.
Oh boy. Thank God.
I need you to make an animal handling check.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do I get any advantage from the
If it
K9
were a
handling
beast, I
trick?
would say yes, but since it's a
Fuck.
monstrosity, I would say no.
Damn it. I give it a shot, guys. Alright. I
Can you
rolled
talk to
12.
these things?
You're
I
great
can
at
cast spell
horses
too,
and dogs, but are you great at horse dogs? No.
I rolled 12 plus 3, so 15.
So as it is rearing its head, trying to throw you off, spinning around in circles.
Would it have even noticed? It would just
Oh
notice
yeah,
a weight change, right?
a massive weight change,
Okay, yeah.
a smell change, everything.
Yeah.
You landing, it spins, barking and snarling, but you're able to keep a hold and not be chucked off of it.
So I'm holding on, but it's still actively fighting.
Yeah, you're basically like on top. It's spinning around, and like your legs are clenched around it, keeping your grip on top.
So I've got my left hand out, holding onto the nape of its neck, hanging
Yeah, yeah.
on. Is there, while holding on, is there any way I can spear
That you can
and
what?
grab my spear and then just jam it straight into its throat?
Because of how long the spear is and you being on top of it, I would say yes, but it
It's
would be made at
collapsed right now.
disadvantage. Oh, and you're just saying like point it and open it?
I'm not even saying opening it. I'm literally just grabbing it. I'm not extending it and just straight into its throat, like almost like a kind of like a oversized dagger.
Sure, I would say without the weight of the momentum behind the swing, though, it'd probably be like a D6. It's not actually meant to be used collapsed, but
Is that what I actually want to do? I really don't know if I have a better option.
well, you don't take distance penalty with your bow, so you could try to hold on with your legs.
Oh, it just fires straight down at the back of its head or something?
Well, yeah, you could make either probably an acrobatics check, and then try to make a shot with the bow, or you could stab it, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna go with the bow, because I had it out. I still have it in my hands from firing the teleportation arrow. So, and since I don't have to draw an arrow, I can just pull the string right back again and get ready to fire again. So I'm gonna do that. So yeah, clamping down with my knees and my ankles around its abdomen, I'm gonna fire straight down into it.
Okay, make an acrobatics check first.
Acrobatics. 13.
So, as you pull the bow, you begin to slide to the side off of the org, but as you're falling, it's close enough you'll be able to take your shot, but you are going to fall off.
Okay. Uh, first shot. 18 plus 11, 27.
So as you're falling off, the arrow right into its neck. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage, 1d8 plus 5. I gotta find my d8. This is a d8. 8! Let's go. 8 plus 5, which is 13.
Okay, so exactly bloodied. You fall to the ground prone on your back next to the creature. After firing, it's whimpering and whining and snarling.
While laying on the ground, taking advantage of stumbling from the attack and hopefully surprised, I'm gonna draw my bow and fire again. From my prone position.
Wrong person. Oh, from.
Yeah, I'm gonna I fire a shot as I'm falling off. I get my second attack, so I'm like laying on the ground. I'm just gonna fire again straight into it while
Jeez.
still prone.
That's hardcore. You could have stood up, but
Okay, so
Standing
just
up's an action, so I wouldn't be able to do it.
no, it's not. It's just half movement. Doesn't take an action
Oh,
to stand up.
I thought it took an action to unprone yourself. Oh, well then I'll hop to my feet then.
Okay.
And then fire again straight into it.
All right, roll attack.
15 plus 7, 25.
Roll damage.
Actually, it was 15 plus 11, which would have been 26, but whatever. 6 plus 5 is 11.
So another shot following very closely into the same wound as the other, letting out a spurt of blood. You actually hear it curse something in Goblinoid. You actually watch its mouth form the Goblinoid language and speak something. And then it is going to rear its head at you and make an attack.
What? It's not dead? Holy fuck.
A 18, 23 to hit.
Hits.
Make a strength saving throw as it grabs onto you and tries to pull you down to the ground.
Strength strength saving throw plus 4. 17, 21.
So you resist its pulling you towards the ground, and you're going to take 10 piercing damage as its fangs sink into your thigh.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Why interesting?
I'm taking more damage than I thought I would. This whole adventure.
Clemency. Well, you did get critted. This thing does 2d6 plus 3.
Yikes. Yeah, the crit did not. Yeah, that hurt.
Your mic's off.
That's as far as I can go.
You making an attack or no? Oh, you still don't have your bow out.
Okay. I guess I'll take my bow out.
Setting the swords down, drawing out the bow.
19 plus 7.
Hits.
Dang. 5.
Your arrow goes launching into it as its mouth is open, rearing up for another bite at Emus, and its eyes roll back slightly, its tongue sticking out, falls to the ground dead. Is there anything else?
Some shark soup in there, Clemency.
Mm,
Maybe I'll give you some tips sometime.
no. That's all I can do.
Okay. Boogie, you're on top of this goblin who's kind of resisting you, and he's looking back, seeing his war go down. He turns and looks at you with just pure hatred in his eyes, and spits, but it spits onto your hand that's on his mouth, and he like starts making a bunch of gross noises. And you hear him mumbling.
I am going to just keep holding on to him.
Okay. Bazoit.
I'm going to walk over to Boogie here and say, I'm gonna ask him if he's gonna interrogate. Hey, Boogie, you gonna interrogate this guy? Find out what's going on?
Yeah, geez, let's at least talk to this guy.
Yeah.
All right. As he
I
is
say
restrained,
in Goblin, we'll talk to you.
as he is restrained, I'm going to drop initiative mode. He's sitting there fighting against your hand.
Can Emus do a thing so the rest of the party can do their thing real quick? Emus is just going to drag the body of the warg out of the center, off to the side, and then crouch down and watch for more activity coming down the hall, and that's it.
So coming from down the hall, you can hear commotion. Like it's a very active lair. From the amount of noise and footsteps and stuff you're hearing at this point, you get the feeling that this mine has been completely taken over and infested, and is now heavy with goblin activity. Very heavy.
I'll kind of motion back for Clemency that I'm okay. If you want to head back, I'm gonna tuck myself behind this corner and keep watch, and that's all Emus is doing.
Okay.
All right. As you guys sit here on top of the goblin, Agatha's going to come over and squat down, kind of looking at him in anticipation for what's to be said. And I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Fun.